Today we are taking a look at the Air Force One Premium NOLA. What's up guys, I'm BJ Kicks and welcome back to Kicks on Kicks, my channel where I review sneakers. Today we are taking a look at certainly an updated take on a classic sneaker. This year, or was it last year? Last year, 2022 was the 40th anniversary of the Air Force One. And we got a lot of really cool Air Force One colorways to celebrate, including this, the Air Force One NOLA for New Orleans, Louisiana. And this is quite the sight to behold. So we're going to talk about the shoe. I'll show you the packaging and I'll give you some legit checking indicators so that you can tell the difference between this and the authentic, genuine article. There are some pretty major differences though between this rep and the real thing. So we'll talk about all that. First, got to give a shout out to the homies that sent this over for review. Their information's in the description down below. And without further ado, let's get started. You know I like to go from the bottom up. So here is your standard Air Force One outsole. You got your circle, you got your semicircles, you know, it's an Air Force One. And so all white, of course, moving up to your midsole, of course, the outsole and midsole, basically all the same thing. Same material. You got your air right there. Gosh, man. Had to darken the screen up a little bit just so you can see it. But looking at that midsole, you got your air right there on the lateral side with your standard little line on the medial side, little divider line right there. Classic chunky sole, classic look. Let's move on to the upper. On this shoe, I've got an all over white synthetic leather, you know, standard Air Force One leather, nothing premium, nothing super soft. It is what it is. On the retail shoe, this is actually supposed to be patent leather, but we'll talk about all that later. On your medial side, we'll start there because you've got this sort of double swoosh. You've got a gold patent leather swoosh on the underside, and then layered over top of that is your synthetic leather regular swoosh. And I like that. I really like the way that looks. As you can see, it is super shiny. On your lateral side, though, of course, the star of this show is going to be this huge diamond looking swoosh, right? So you got the same sort of double swoosh. You got the gold patent on the underside, which is outlining this glittered diamond embellishment looking swoosh here. Careful with this glitter. It does rub off, so I'm not going to touch it because I hate glitter. But anyway, all that together mimics the look of, like, you know, your jewelry, you know, the classic rapper chains. This is obviously inspired by the music of New Orleans, whether we're talking No Limit, whether we're talking Cash Money, those classic album covers by Pen and Pixel, where they would do the diamond and gold embellishment text on the covers. Think about Juvenile, 500 Degrees, or 400 Degrees. Lil Wayne had 500 because it just had to be hotter. But anyway, those are all things that inspired the look of this. Just look up Pen and Pixel, the classic graphic design company, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Moving on to the heel badge here, you've got a badge, which is always a special thing on Air Force One. So this clearly celebrating Louisiana. It says NOLA, and that L is actually in the shape of Louisiana. The A actually has a swoosh kind of hidden in there, which is cool. And you've got the 504, which is the area code for Louisiana. You know, you've heard Lil Wayne shout out the 504 a million times, I'm sure. Live from the gotcha. Anyway, Lace Dubray, which is again another really cool sight to see, also says 504. It's in like it's a plastic lace Dubray, but it looks metallic gold, and it's actually got like a little diamond stud in there. It's got two of them, so that's cool. Moving on to your tongue, because you do have a different tongue tag than normal. This time it's red and gold. The Nike Air, it's the Air Force One badge there. And on your insole, pull that out real quick, and it's actually a gradient pattern, again mimicking that fire, the flames that you typically see on those Pen and Pixel album covers, with the Nike Air Force One, and that text also looks like a flame. So again, A lot of really cool stuff on this shoe. Definitely a celebration of early 2000s New Orleans hip hop, for sure. Moving on to the packaging. So this is your standard Nike Air Force One box. You got your silver sort of embossed logos there. I feel like it should have been gold. Like, come on, like, let's get with the theme, dog. But anyway, Nike Air Force One Low NOLA. That's not what this tag should say. It should say Nike Air Force One Low PRM, and then just the colorway. White and gold. Mine are in a size 8.5 because Air Force Ones tend to run big, and I don't like my shoes flopping around on my feet. So I got these in the 8.5 so they fit a little bit more snug. I didn't even mention the patent leather hit on the heel. That gold goes really nicely. All in all, we'll talk about legit checking indicators. The biggest thing is that the real thing has patent leather. These do not. And if I'm honest, I'm glad these don't, because I feel like the patent leather is just a little bit too much for everyday wear and would make it more uncomfortable. But when you're looking for, a shoe, you want it to feel authentic. You want it to look like the real thing if it's not the real thing. And this clearly doesn't look the part. And so it's an easy call out, as they say, but still a dope shoe. All in all, I love it for the story it tells. I love it for the inspiration. I've listened to more Lil Wayne songs than I can count, and he's still going strong. And so this takes me back to that era growing up, and I like it. I like it. So that's going to do it for today's review. I'll see you in another one real soon. Peace.